Hallo kijkers en welkom by onze feestelike episode van Erongo Talk. Otis, hoe gaan het met jou vandag?
Hey, ek is alright, Precious. Hoe doen jy?
Kan nie klaar nie. Natuurlijk bring ons vir julle die nuus, die weer en nog meer.
Ja, Krampie het vir ons laat weet die kop loop.
Is dit?
Ja, en nou as die man sê die kop loop,
Dan is
moet jy
dit nooit
weet,
verkeerd nie.
Ja, die vissermanne, hulle kan hulle ore spits. So ja, moenie weggaan nie. Spits julle ore, ons gaan vir julle vertel waar die kop loop. Ja.
Oké, nog een ding voor ons vorentoe gaan met die res van die program. Ek sien ons het 'n advent calendar wat hardloop.
Ja, Precious. Hierdie move, né, het op die 1 Desember uitgekom.
Okay.
So
Waaroor gaan hy?
Precious, dit is maar soos jy sê is 'n feestelike tyd. So NMH en ek dink Pick n Pay. Ja, het zak mula cash kontant.
Okay, so is dit hierdie hele Christmas balls wat ek op die voorblad van ons koerant sien.
Ja, is nou hierdie ding, né?
Okay.
Hy moet gesken word, maar daar's ook 'n activity. Kinders kan vir Santa 'n briefie skryf.
Ja.
Dan moet hulle 'n foto van of 'n prentjie van Santa teken, dit mooi inkleer,
Okay.
opvou en stuur, né?
Okay.
Dan
So
scan hulle dit.
Hulle Christmas wish vir Santa.
Yes. Hulle kan dit scan en dan stuur hulle dit en dan is daar elke dag pryse. Ons is nou by vandag is die 6de.
Vandag is die 6de, ja.
So daar's 750 Namibiese dollars beskikbaar, né? En dan dit klim.
Ja.
Dit klim.
En al wat ek moet doen om 'n kans te staan om daai 750 te wen, is ek moet die QR code scan,
Daar sê. En dan volg jy die instruksies.
Die instruksies.
Daar sê.
So ons het iets vir mamma en pappa en dan het ons iets vir die kindertjies aan die agterkant ook.
Beslis.
Nou waar kan die mense hierdie koerante kry, sê gou vir ons?
Ek dink dit was in die eerste, soos ek vir jou sê, dit het al die eerste uitgekom. So ja, gaan kyk waar jy hierdie stukkie kan kry. Volg die instruksies en dan staan jy 'n kans om lekker te wen. Ja. En dan op elke koerant se voorblad Precious is hierdie bal.
Ek het ook gehoor op ons DStv kanaal 285 en GoTV het hulle ook dieselfde balletjie en jy kan natuurlik as jy jou TV aanskakel ook daai QR code scan om 'n kans te staan.
Daar sê, moenie weggaan nie, ons is nou terug. Hallo kijkers en welkom by vandag se episode van Erongo Talk.
I'm your host Nicanor Nangolo.
I am your host Frida Molatu.
I'm your host Shalin Johannes.
Sit gerus terug en geniet hierdie episode met ons.
We didn't count them out. We know they played against Grootfontein.
Die weer is mooi.
Dit is 'n eer om hier te wees.
Ondersteun ons. Ons gaan julle trots maak.
Ons begin vandag se nuus met 'n feestelike gejuig. In 'n hartverwarmende jaarlikse tradisie het die Walvisbaai munisipaliteit Sondag die dorp met skitterende kersliggies verlig, wat die aanvang van die vakansieseisoen offisieel aangekondig het.
Die vieringe vind elke jaar op die eerste Sondag van Desember plaas en bring honderde gesinne bymekaar om aan die vreugdevolle gebeurtenis deel te neem. Die geleentheid se hoogtepunt vir baie was die verspreiding van Kersgeskenkpakkies aan kinders met die hulp van Kersvader en toegewyde lede van die Junior Stadsraad. Visabo Mapalo, die junior burgemeester van Walvisbaai, het gesê die opkoms was wonderlik. Hy het bygevoeg dat dit nie net gaan oor feesvier nie, maar om as een gemeenskap te verenig en liefde, vreugde en omgee te versprei. Die feesgees is verder verhoog deur die samewerkingspogings van DJ Escondido, Coastal Jumping Castles, Glow Waves en Pelican Scaffolding. Hulle bydraes het verseker dat optredes nie net visueel boeiend was nie, maar ook hoorbaar, wat 'n meesleurende ervaring vir alle bywoners geskep het.
Die Swakopmund munisipaliteit het ook inwoners verwelkom vir die eerste kersboom aansteek seremonie ooit. Die seremonie het by die munisipale botaniese tuine plaasgevind.
We welcome our special Swakopmund community at this special and historical location of Swakopmund to bring joy and unity to Swakopmund's holiday season. Due to past challenges and events, an idea came about that Swakopmund is seriously in need of something unique and new for the holiday seasons. And a few municipal staff members and professional business in Swakopmund who are represented here offered their time pro bono to plan and create this magnificent Christmas tree. Give them a round of applause. The municipality of Swakopmund wishes to express its sincere gratitude to Howard Koch Architects. Where's Howard Koch Architects? Are they represented here? West Coast Aluminium and Corbis Walters Electrical for their exceptional work that they did for this tree. Their dedication to give their insight has contributed significantly to the finalization of this project. We appreciate the professionalism and expertise demonstrated throughout the collaboration, and we look forward to continuing the partnership in the future and the growth of Swakopmund's well-known new holiday landmark. We extend our heartfelt appreciation to Messrs. Kobus Lotter and Peter Hamann for their generous commitment in administering the project for the benefit of the Swakopmund community. Their leadership and unwavering dedication have been instrumental in driving positive change that we can see this evening, bringing people together from all over. Their collaborative effort or spirit and business acumen have set a commendable example, showcasing how private enterprise can contribute significantly to the betterment of the city and community. The towering tree stands as a symbol of unity and celebration, brightening our town and bringing joy to all and to be enjoyed by all.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Christmas tree at the Swakopmund municipality has officially been lit for the first
Dit is inderdaad die seisoen van gee, so laat ons die minderbevoorregtes onthou en 'n betekenisvol verskil vir hulle maak. In nog nuus het die minister van Visserye en Marine Hulpbronne, Derek Klaasen, 'n groep vissermanne geprys wat die federasie gestig het om die behuisingsbehoeftes onder seevaarders aan te spreek.
They are staying just in backyards, they are staying in shacks, some don't even have a place to sleep. That's why they started this initiative, which is going to present to you now, whereby they themselves, this is people, they don't say, what can government do for us, but they want to say, how can we assist government to help ourselves? So he's one of those people. He's got an organization. The principles is basically based on the Sek Dwellers principles. And the Sek Dwellers is one organization that is really doing the best in Namibia by people helping themselves to get better living and to get homes, not houses. So without any further ado, because I'm coming from Walvis Bay as a mayor, local authority councillor, being 7 years in housing, in urban and rural development. When they came to me, I was touched, and he's going to talk to you, and afterwards we'll talk more on this topic. Let me introduce to you Mr. Matthew.
Just due to the fact that I was sitting a little bit far, and then I only have 10 minutes, I lost already 2 minutes, so I will acknowledge the higher table differently without mentioning their name today. I will be recognizing all the business, from the people from the business, all the leaders of the trade unions, government, fishing companies, light holders. My name is Willem Lotokeni. I'm the Deputy Secretary General of Seafarer Land Housing and Federation, which is currently being fully established and fully registered by the fishermen. Just before I go deep, we are all aware that the group that have been at Fisherman Stadium, they were observed in 2020. Now, when they were observed in 2020, we're not on daily operation. We were receiving resources, or the little that we were receiving while we were at home. But what we have done was that we have seen that what is that best we can do, because we are currently just receiving and then we're at home, and we do not just want to spend and deplete everything, because at the end of the day, we also don't know if this getting a little while we're at home going to continue forever. So what happened is that, as you've seen that in the program, there is a name called Seafarer United Land and Housing Federation. This is a federation that's coming from the group that was at Fisherman Fishing. Now, the group has started with 280 members, which currently have grown to 404. Now, when we form up the group, when we form up the federation, we agree among ourselves to start contributing 200 each month. Each person contributed 200. Now, when we started contributing 200, we started in 2021, which making the federation to be only 2 years as we speak, 2 years and a few months. Now, as we speak, currently we are standing at 800,000 that we have raised among ourselves, which we have in our account. After that we have approached the Ministry after we have approached the municipality of Walvis Bay, which I also want to thank the service and the welcoming, and then the way that they have always receiving us was really appreciated by us. Now, this federation currently as we speak was awarded with portion 18 at Farm 37. Now, this portion 18, as we speak, it's approximately estimated to contain 700 plots. Now, meaning that 700 plots, we will have 700,000 to each members of the federation. At the current stage, we have already engaged with a company called Steward Planning Town and Regional Planning. As we speak right now, this is their code. To service our portion will cost us 1,130,000, which we are actually planning as a federation to pay them already a deposit of 50,000 tomorrow morning, so that they can start with the process of laying out the portion. So we are also now looking at that. We did not only do or come up with this federation for the current affected fishermen or seafarer, we are looking at keep this federation forward for the future, for those that are going to come behind us. So therefore, the federation we are looking at hosting a stakeholder meeting on the 24th of March 2024, which is next year, and I really want the business sector to really leave that day open, because all technical aspects we will be discussing it in that stakeholder meeting. So we will be sending out invitation letters in due course. I hope, please, if you see that there's a letter coming from the Seafarer United Land and Federation. It's the fishermen that we introduced today. So it's unfortunate that this introduction was supposed actually to be introduced by my chairman, but due to commitment which are also related to the federation, he could not be here today. Yeah, but then what we want also to say lastly is just that we really wanted to appreciate the office of the CEO of the municipality of Harvestry, the office of the mayor, all the other officers of the councils that have assisted us in this program. We have been going there, we've been received direction on this, how to do this and how to do that, until we have fully structured as we speak right now, and then everything is going well in that federation. With that, I thank you for the opportunity. I'm really honored that I was asking myself, how am I going to introduce this federation to the sector where everyone who's involved in this industry is in one room. So I am really honored and thankful.
Mense verenig deur 'n gemeenskaplike saak en wat iets doen aan hulle eie situasie, wat 'n prysenswaardige inisiatief. En dan ten slotte, Swakopmund het 'n vennootskap met die Lotus Stichting weer eens sy verbintenis getoon om in die behoeftes van gemeenskapslede te voorsien.
Die Erongo gebaseerde mynmaatskappy het higiënieprodukte ter waarde van $100,000 Namibiese aan die Vrede Skool en die Kamwandi gekombineerde skool in samewerking met Lotus Foundation geskenk. Swakopmund het die skenking gemaak vir die verskaffing van sanitêre doekies, waarby 50 meisies van Vrede en Kamwandi vir 'n tydperk van 12 maande sal baat. Elke skool sal $50,000 Namibiese se higiënieprodukte ontvang. Die Lotus Stichting is gestig deur Marilyn Eibes, wat volgehoue pogings aangewend het om gesondheids- en welstandkwessies wat meisies in die gesig staar aan te spreek. Swakopmund het die eerste keer in 2022 met die Lotus Stichting saamgewerk vir 'n soortgelyke inisiatief en het vanjaar daartoe verbind om 'n 12 maande lange voorraad higiënieprodukte aan 50 meisies te verskaf, wat onderskeidelik deur onderwysers van die betrokke skole in Swakopmund en Henties Bay geïdentifiseer is. Die stigting sal as die projekadministrateur dien en die produkte elke maand aan die meisies uitdeel. Dit sal ook menstruele gesondheid en mentorskap praatjies aan die begunstigdes verskaf. Patrick Giselabulio, die visiepresident van menslike hulpbronne by Swakopmund het gesê die myn se visie is om 'n beter Namibië vir almal te skep deur sake te ondersteun wat gemeenskappe ophef en waardigheid aan mense bring. Die skenking val onder die maatskappy se pilaar van gesondheid en welstand. Deur sulke sake te ondersteun, hoop die maatskappy dat 'n bevorderlike omgewing geskep word vir die meisiekind om te leer, te floreer en 'n produktiewe burger te word. Juffrou Melamondo van Vrede het die lot van sommige van die meisies beklemtoon en Swakopmund bedank dat hulle namens die leerders gepraat het. Sy het ook ander koöperatiewe entiteite aangemoedig om die voorbeeld te volg deur dit te ondersteun. Okay.
Dit is nou wat ons kan noem 'n beduidende verskil in ander se lewens maak. Volgens die Wêreldbank het meer as 500 miljoen meisies of vroue wêreldwyd nie behoorlike sanitêre voorrade nie. Baie gesinne kan nie menstruele produkte bekostig nie en dit lei tot die gebruik van onveilige materiaal onder menstruerende meisies. Na die advertensie praat ons met Outis en hy vertel vir ons meer oor die sport.
In 1994, a group of Namibians saw a need for a grassroots Namibian medical aid fund. The Prosperity Medical Aid Fund was born right here, among the hard-working fishermen and ship workers of Walvis Bay. In 2001, in order to establish a fund focused on its members that put their health first, the fund formed its own identity away from its administrators, Prosperity Health. It was named Renaissance Health as a symbol for the renewal of medical funding in Namibia, a transformation in health. Renaissance members voted for their first board of trustees who would carry the fund forward for all Namibians. By 2010, Renaissance had members across the entire Namibia, a fund founded by Namibians for Namibians to ensure access to quality healthcare. In 2020, RMA was put to the test with COVID-19, supplying life-saving oxygen machines door-to-door to members when our Namibian hospitals were full, saving many of its members' lives. RMA is not just a medical aid fund, it's a partner in health for its members, whether through our chronic compliance programs or yearly wellness checkups. RMA was started by you. It belongs to you. A proudly Namibian first medical aid fund providing the best in care for all Namibians. Renaissance Health Medical Aid Fund, serving Namibia since 1994. RMA. Your health comes first.
Regularly check your vehicle's headlights for damage, dimness and proper alignment. Test both high and low beams and keep the headlights clean. Replace bulbs as needed following your vehicle's manual. If issues persist, consult a professional for a thorough inspection. Maintaining optimal headlight performance ensures safe driving, especially at night.
Dankie Precious en nou vir die sportnuus. Ons gaan voort met die tema van Iraanmyne wat 'n impak maak op die lewens van mense in die magtige Erongo streek. Rossing Uranium het sy borgskap aangekondig van 4 werknemers wat aan die komende Nedbank Desedes sal deelneem. Daylight Ekanjo, die koöperatiewe kommunikasiebestuurder van die myn, het Vrydag gesê dit is die eerste rossingspan ooit wat aan die geleentheid deelneem en hulle sal geklee wees in Rossing Uranium fietsry uitrustings. As 'n voorstander van werknemers se gesondheid en welstand, het Ekanjo gesê die maatskappy is trots om die borgskap aan 4 werknemers aan te kondig wat deelneem aan die moeilike Nedbank Desedes fietsry geleentheid wat vir 8 Desember beplan word. Die geborgde deelnemers is Robert Mutenda, Dave Gerard, Henny Lakok en Anton Roots. Sy het beklemtoon dat die Nedbank Desedes een van die mees veel uitsendende fietsrybyeenkomste is wat oor 'n verbuisterende 397 km tussen Windhoek en Swakopmund strek. Die wedren vereis dat fietsryers strawwe terreine moet oorsteek wat 'n intense toets van fisiese en geestelike sterkte bied. Die borgskap versterk die maatskappy se ethos om werknemerswelstand te prioritiseer en 'n kultuur te bevorder wat aktiewe leefstyle en persoonlike ontwikkeling aanmoedig, het Ekanjo gesê. Die borgskap sluit gespesialiseerde toerusting in wat aangepas is vir die vereistes van die Nedbank Desedes. Dit verseker dat die deelnemers die nodige toerusting het om die strawwe wedrentoestande veilig en gemaklik aan te pas. Rossing Uranium erken die toewyding, vasberadenheid en gees wat geopenbaar word deur hierdie 4 individue wat so 'n uitdagende fisiese uitdaging aanpat. Die hele Rossing familie staan saam agter die span en wens hulle alle sterkte toe, het Erongo afgesluit. Ek is seker die Erongo Talk span, sowel as die hele Namibië, gaan hier by die eindpunt by Platsameer in Swakopmund vir die trappers wag. Ons wens hulle alle sterkte toe. Dit sluit ons sportnuus vir vandag af. Volgende is ons onderhoudsegment. Bly ingeskakel.
I just want to warn our road users to please be careful, drive careful, rather arrive 5 or 10 minutes late at your destination than to speed and to make accidents or be involved in accidents where you can be seriously injured or somebody can lose their lives also. So be patient.
The recognition of the dedication and sacrifice of our brave men and women in uniform. It is also a momentous occasion to celebrate the achievement and excellence of the Namibian Police Force. As we are celebrating today, let us reflect on the unwavering commitment and sacrifice demonstrated by our law enforcement officers. In the face of challenge, they stand as guardians of peace and symbols of justice. As a governor of the Erongo region, I'm proud of the exceptional leadership or exceptional relationship I observe between the police force and the community leaders. We have witnessed how beneficial such a relationship is to the region at large, and we are calling on all sectors of society to strengthen the relationship between the police force and them in every corner of our region. The region is stable today because there's always a room for understanding each other and prioritizing the security of our community. And it is because of that wonderful relationship that we are observing in our community. We are also proud of the police because day and night you put your lives on the line to maintain the law and order, ensuring the safety and security of our communities. Your selfless act of bravery do not go unnoticed, and we are forever grateful for the service that you are giving to the communities. Let us appreciate the work of the police. Omake? Director of Ceremonies, today we are remembering and honor those who have made the ultimate sacrifice in the line of duty. We pay tribute to the fallen heroes who have given their lives to protect our lives. Their courage and dedication will always be remembered as a testimony of or to the values of the Namibian Police Force. I would like to extend my appreciation and heartfelt gratefulness to the families of our police officers. They say behind every brave officer there is a strong and supportive family who stand by them through every challenge and celebrate their victories. Your unwavering support is invaluable and truly appreciated. We want to thank the families of those that are officers. Omake to them. Equally, the community, you contributed to the success of the police. And I'm also very happy to see that more and more community structures are being formed in the region, which is the crime society. And we want to thank the community members who really are behind the police force in the communities and giving their support. Please continue doing that. And as we are celebrating today's event, it is also your contribution that we are saying thank you for doing that and being part of the police force within the community. Omake to you.
From the day you were born and welcomed until your pensioner years on this earth, your life is filled with changes and phases. What mattered the most at age 10 may be an unknown memory at 25. The heartbreak at 16 may be replaced with wedding bells at 27. The degree you've always wanted or starting your career business may come true at age 30. And the dream to own your own home may come to realization at age 50. Whatever stage you find yourself in, whatever matters right now, Standard Bank has what you need to bank like you. Choose your own path. Choose endless possibilities. Standard Bank, it can be.
When wearing a seatbelt, pull it across your chest and lap, buckle securely and ensure it sits low on your hips and snug across your chest and shoulder. Adjust for comfort, avoid twists, and never place the belt behind your back. Use appropriate restraints for children. Ensure everyone wears a seatbelt with every ride and regularly check for wear or damage. Proper seatbelt use is essential for maximum protection in case of a collision.
And you guys covered it just excellent. Another thing that I wanted to discuss, and I want to make sure that we have some time to discuss, is it's one thing to have ethical leadership. And I think we all agree that all of our public officials should act in a way with high integrity, with high ethics. But how do we hold them accountable to do that? How do we assure that ethics are being, that's a part of the decisions that are being made, and that's something that becomes the culture of our government and not just something that we talk about as an aspiration, right? We want to make sure that everyone is acting in the way that they're speaking, and so that's part of what I want to talk about in some practical ways that we could do that. But let me just start by making it a little bit personal, because I wasn't always, so I'm a public official, and I serve as a city attorney, and I represent public agencies, but I wasn't always, I didn't always have the same faith in my government as I do now, right? When I was younger and growing up, I was a student of history, and I know that in the United States, our Constitution is hundreds of years old, but African Americans in the United States were slaves up until 1865, right? I know that our Constitution says that every citizen has the right to vote, but African Americans in the United States didn't really have the right to vote until 1965, right? So there's a level of intellectual dishonesty to say that every citizen has a right to vote, but black people don't have the right to vote until almost 150 years after the Constitution, right? So the reason for that, and the reason that black people didn't have the right to vote, is because even though the Constitution said everyone can vote in the United States, there were different states that would impose and create laws that made it harder for my ancestors to vote. They had requirements that you had to pass a test in order to be able to register to vote. They had different laws that, if you were from a certain area, you had to vote in a place that was really far away. So they made it difficult for people to be able to vote. So the African American vote in the United States we were disenfranchised for generations and decades. And you can imagine what that feels like, as if you're from that community, you don't always feel like the government is representing you. And that's how I kind of grew up, feeling that way. And so, I mean, there's probably some young people here who might feel like the government doesn't represent them. I've been there. I felt that myself, where I just didn't see myself reflected in the decisions. I had no reason to think that they were unethical or that they weren't making decisions, but the outcomes that I was seeing produced by my government, it just didn't seem that they were doing things for my benefit. It was always to the detriment of my community. And so you could imagine my excitement and my enthusiasm in 2007 when Senator Barack Obama decided to run for president. We'd never really had a truly viable African-American candidate to run for president. So it was very exciting. I was in my first year of practicing law, and I was familiar with him because he's a lawyer as well. He was the first black editor-in-chief of the Harvard Law Review, and that's the top law school in our country. And he was the first black editor-in-chief. So I told myself, if this man ever decides to run for office, I want to support him, because I'm all about making sure we elevate our best and brightest. And when he decided to run for president, I basically set aside everything that I was doing to support his campaign. And so I would organize fundraisers to raise money to support people who wanted to travel, to support and register voters in different states. I ended up becoming a member of his National Finance Committee. So it was basically the top 300 donors around the country for his campaign. And so I served on his National Finance Committee for 2 cycles. I also organized a group called Young Lawyers for Obama. So this was a group of attorneys, because we were all young attorneys, and we understood that a lot of our community was being denied at the polls. They were going to a voting location, and they were being told, oh, you're voting for Obama? Okay, you're supposed to vote somewhere else. So they were being given misinformation, so they wouldn't be allowed and able to vote. And so what we as attorneys did, we would parachute in to battleground states, and we would sit at polling locations to make sure that people's rights were being upheld and that they weren't being denied the right to vote. And so we did all those things during the campaign, and so you could imagine the great pride that I had when he was obviously elected president, and he served for 2 terms. So he is, I know, Mayor, here, you're the inspiration for your colleagues here. President Obama is very much the inspiration for me as a public official. He's the reason I decided to become a city attorney and go into public service. And so I wanted to mention that because, and he's also a man of high ethical standards, high morals. A lot of public officials enrich themselves by their positions. This man didn't even repay his student loans until he was in office for 3 years. He didn't even repay his student loans because he couldn't. He hadn't made enough money yet. So that's definitely kind of one of my inspirations, and so I wanted to offer that. Kamala Harris. Who knows who Kamala Harris is?
Everyone does.
Vice President of the United States?
Yeah.
Wonderful. So Kamala Harris and I, we went to the same law school. And so I've known her for about 15 years. She's a really dear friend. And when she was the state attorney general in California, the state that I'm from, she appointed me to the Fair Political Practice. It's the State Ethics Commission. She appointed me to that position. I was one of the youngest people appointed, but she, like Benny, wanted to just give people an opportunity, right? She saw something in me, so she placed me on this ethics commission. And I'll be frank, at the time, I didn't know exactly what the ethics commission did. I was still learning that. I was in my first year of practice. But I've since developed an expertise around the Political Reform Act, and I want to talk a little bit later on about some of the laws that we have in place to assure that public officials are operating with high integrity and doing so in an ethical way.
Africa holds one of the richest concentrations of natural resources and mineral reserves of any continent. With the right solutions and innovations, it has the potential to become one of the wealthiest in the world. Unitrans helps Africa break new ground. We have a deep understanding of the support and services our partner network needs to grow and prosper. From mine to port to global markets, we provide safe, innovative transport and logistics solutions that not only deliver on maximizing efficiencies and operations, but move thousands of miners to mines, create jobs, improve livelihoods, and uplift communities. And we remain committed for the full lifespan of a mine. From scoping and exploration to rehabilitation. From the ground up, we help build the local economy, leveraging our trusted expertise and innovations to unlock potential across the continent. Our belief in the power of doing creates sustainability and prosperity for Africa for generations to come.
To test if your brake lights are working, with the help of a friend, start your vehicle, press the brake pedal, and confirm both left and right lights illuminate. Check hazards, indicators, and the third brake light if applicable. Replace any faulty bulbs, and if issues persist, consult a professional. Regular checks ensure your brake lights communicate effectively on the road. If you're on your own, use a wall or garage door to check for reflections.
Oh yes, what a way to start today's fishing report. With the 5th of December, the third quarter of the moon phase started. This brought a flatter swell. No rough seas are expected for this week. The wave height is estimated to be between 0.9 meters and 1.3 meters for the week and the weekend. This means good fishing conditions. 2 days ago, Palkies also produced some good catches for the first time. This could signal the start of the Kop run. Palkies is located approximately 25 kilometers south of Walvis Bay. This particular area is only going to be open for fishing from now until the 31st of December. Anglers are allowed to take 2 Kop only of over 70 centimeters. From the 1st of January, Palkies become a no-fishing zone again right up to the end of March. Then, from the 1st of April, the area is open for Kop fishing in particular. Anglers are, however, allowed to catch and keep stiamras and galjoen in the area. The rest of the coast will be open and anglers are allowed to catch and take 10 fish per day. The fish caught were also quite big. We're talking about the 6 kilogram right up to the 15 kilogram range. Usually the fish are from the 2 kilogram to the 6 kilogram range in the Palkies area with the odd big fish. But now these fish seem to have fattened up. The South Africans are also here fishing against their Namibian counterparts. The fishing gala is a 3-day event. Many categories are being fished, starting at the top with the senior teams, the veterans, masters, grandmasters, ladies, juniors under 21 and under 16. There are usually 8 members per team and they will be fishing different areas between Swakopmund and the Oegap mouth, which is the gateway to the Skeleton Coast. The first day produced some great fishing with excellent scores registered by some participants. Looking at the scores registered on the first day, the fishing was great. The ladies fished at mile 68 and the men at mile 8. A lot of bronzes, spotties and cow sharks were caught. Some anglers, however, hit a blank, meaning they did not catch any fish. So it wasn't really that everybody was doing well. The area is quite big and participating anglers are dropped off at certain points and have to make the best of what they've got. You can follow the gala on Facebook on the Facebook page of the Namibia Fin Chasers group. They are posting all the scores daily and tell you where the teams are fishing. Other areas producing good fish just north of Swakopmund included Flotskas, the desalination plant, mile 26 and mile 28. North of Henties at Trapeze, Popeye also gave pen-sized catches. Mile 68 produced a couple of big-sized catches. The odd stiamra were also caught at mile 72. Mile 78, Canopy, Doepsegat, Bakleigat and Adriesegat gave the odd big catch and some decent eating fish from just size to about the 3 kilogram in weight. The southwest wind is also expected to blow throughout the week. The overall weather conditions predicted are good with no heavy windbreakers needed. The southwest wind brings good color to the water and anglers can only hope that the Kop will stay for a while. And with that said, we've come to the end of today's fishing report. Tight lines.
Can you feel it? It's that time of the year when the calendar has flipped to its last page. A time when magic is a matter of fact, not fiction. When families and loved ones gather, and the best gift is the simple act of giving. Food Lovers Market is here to provide you with everything you need to make this holiday season a magical one. Food Lovers Market, where Christmas magic begins.
It is said all over the world that we have one of the best road infrastructure in the world, but that doesn't count if we as the road users does not give our part and do what is expected from us, to be patient, drive careful, stick to the speed limits, make sure that your vehicle is in a roadworthy condition, and please avoid driving whilst under the influence of alcohol.
Vir sportliefhebbers en belangstellendes skakel weekliks in op die Tonnelsportprogram, waar ons elke Vrydag aand saamgesels op NTV op DStv kanaal 285. Dit is oor die naweek se internasionale sport asook wat in Namibië gebeur. Die tonnel is ook op GoTV kanaal 25 en dan Vrydag aande 9uur op al die Facebook-platforms van Namibië Media Holdings. Kom hoor wat sê die kundiges en die spelers en die afrigters. Sien jou in die tonnel.
Hallo kykers en welkom by vandag se episode van Erongo Talk.
I'm your host Nicanor Nagolo.
I am your host Frida Mullatu.
I'm your host Alan Johannes.
Sit gerus terug en geniet hierdie episode met ons.
We didn't count them out. We know they played against Grootfontein.
Die weer is mooi.
Dis 'n eer om hier te wees.
Ondersteun ons. Ons gaan julle trots maak.
En daarmee kom ons aan die einde van vandag se nuusprogram. Voor ons afsluit wil ek ook net vir julle herinner om seker te maak julle gryp 'n koppie van die Republikein of die Namibian Sun en scan die QR code op die voorblad om deel te neem in ons Advent Calendar kompetisie.
Ja, alle bestuurders. Hulle moet bedagsaam wees, precious. En dan ons is besig met padveiligheid en
natuurlik
motorvoertuig veiligheid kampanje, né? So ons gee vir hulle wenke en ons wys vir mense hoe om 'n motorwielband te verander, om seker te maak die ding voldoen aan padregulasies, vereistes. Jy weet hoe om te kyk na jou breekligte, jou remme. Jy weet ons is besig met hierdie kampanje en hierdie kampanje hardloop non-stop aan mekaar. Gaan kyk gerus na die video insette wat ons vir julle bring. Hulle sê mos mense leer beter as hulle dinge sien. Ja.
As wat jy nou lees of gesê word.
So ons weet baie mense gaan op die pad, baie mense gaan bestuur. Ons wil julle net help om by julle eindpunt of bestemmings uit te kom. Ja.
Definitief, ek stem saam. En dan kan julle ook vir ons volg op Facebook en kyk na ons op DStv kanaal 285 en GoTV 25. Ons het ook meer nuus op ons webwerf www.erongo.com.na.
Sê, môre is ons dan in Walvis Bay. Ek gaan nie nou die app uit die mou laat waar ons gaan wees nie. Maar ja, daarmee sê ons dan.
Totsiens.
Ciao.